Before we dive in, I want to share how much I've enjoyed connecting with listeners on the phone over the past couple of months. Back in July, I asked all of you to complete a listener survey, and in return, you received a free 15-minute sleep coaching call with me. Growing our podcast listeners has been a big goal for my small little team, and learning more about who's tuning in and what you enjoy most has been invaluable. But honestly, the best part has been connecting with some of you on the phone. If you missed those July episodes and the opportunity to complete the survey, you can still take it and you can still receive a free 15-minute coaching call. You'll find the survey at sleepandwellnesscoach.com/survey, and I'll also link to it in the show notes. Another thing that brought me joy this past week was seeing a new 5-star review pop up. Roach Girl from Canada wrote, "What I've been looking for. Amazing podcast. So many practical tips for new moms. Thank you." Roach Girl, thank you. Your review absolutely made my day. Despite our growing listener base, we had not had a new review in over a year, so this really meant so much. If you're a listener and this podcast has helped you, I'm going to ask you, maybe even kind of beg you, to please take a moment to rate and review the show. It's truly one of the best ways to support creators like me and other creators of podcasts you love. So I would love it if you would take a moment to leave a review, and then I'd love to share your review in a future episode. Okay, on to today's episode. The majority of the families we work with send their children to daycare. And how well or not well a child naps at daycare can really impact not only their daycare experience, but also how they sleep and behave at home. So, why do some children sleep better at daycare than they do at home? And why do others really struggle to sleep at daycare? If your child's daycare sleep looks very different from what you see at home, this episode is for you. Hi, I'm Allison Egidi, a pediatric sleep and wellness coach and a mom of 2. I love to help parents find solutions. This is How Long Till Bedtime. Hey everyone, it's Allison, and welcome back to How Long Till Bedtime. Today we're digging into a topic that comes up all the time when I work with families: daycare naps. Specifically, why your baby or toddler might sleep better at daycare than at home, or sometimes much worse. This can be such a confusing experience. You might wonder, how can my toddler nap 2 hours at daycare but won't sleep more than 30 to 60 minutes for me? Or the flip side, why does my baby nap beautifully at home, but at daycare it's a total disaster? Here's the big takeaway. Kids are really smart. Even very young babies can differentiate between home and daycare. They understand that routines, expectations, and the environment look different in each place. So let's start by chatting about the kids who crush their daycare sleep. The group that often naps better at daycare is the toddler group, who's down to 1 nap per day. And this is even true for toddlers who nap in a crib at home, but need to use a mat or cot at daycare. How is it possible they nap more soundly in that group setting than in their carefully curated home sleep environment? There are 2 big reasons. Number 1, structure and expectations. The classrooms follow a predictable rhythm. Lunch is followed by the same nap routine every day, and teachers approach that transition with confidence and very clear expectations, assuming that everyone is going to nap. Kids pick up on that energy and consistency. Number 2, peer pressure. When toddlers see all of their classmates lying down at the same time, they are much more likely to do the same. There's a group effect that encourages even reluctant nappers to settle in. And sometimes all we need them to do is settle down and they will fall asleep. So if your toddler naps better at daycare than at home, celebrate that. It's proof that your child can nap well. If you'd like to see longer naps on those home days or on the weekends, focus on creating that same consistency at home as it relates to timing, routine, and expectations. Now let's talk about the little ones who often struggle to nap well at daycare, the infants. This is where I hear the most concern from parents. And honestly, it makes sense. In the infant room, babies are often on different nap schedules. Some are awake and playing, while others are supposed to be sleeping. I like to say that it's like trying to imagine taking a nap in the middle of a room where all of your friends are hanging out and having fun. That's tough. That's what daycare can feel like in the infant room. It also makes it easy for the babies to be woken up at the end of one sleep cycle because there are things happening in that room. That's exactly why those 30-minute naps are so common in the infant room, particularly as babies transition into adjusting to a daycare setting. I want to share a couple tips for parents of infants who are struggling in the daycare room. 1, share some guidance with the teachers on your baby's ideal nap timing. Let's not just leave it up to them while they're navigating multiple babies per care provider. For babies under about 4.5 months, that will probably look like you giving some wake window guidance. For older babies, I recommend sharing 30-minute nap start windows instead. This will help your baby have a more consistent nap schedule, which is the very best way to help them lengthen naps, both at home and at daycare. Number 2, don't stress out if your baby needs some extra soothing support at daycare. That could look like rocking, patting their bottom or their back, a pacifier pop. Even if they fall asleep independently at home, they may need some more help getting to sleep in that very busy room. And that is absolutely okay. I want to reassure you that needing help at daycare to fall asleep is not going to undo your independent sleep progress at home. This is where you come to realize just how smart babies and toddlers are. They can tell the difference between what sleep looks like at daycare and what it looks like at home. So, encourage your child's teacher to offer extra support if your baby or your toddler needs it. And then use weekends and evenings to help refill your little one's sleep tank by continuing to have the best sleep practices you can at home. If your child's sleep looks very different between home and daycare, I promise you, you are not alone. I hope today's episode helps you understand why daycare sleep can look so different. And I hope it gives you some ideas for supporting your child in both environments. If you found this episode helpful, hit subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes. And if daycare sleep is a big struggle in your house and you want to talk through your child's unique situation, we are always available to connect for a consultation. You can learn more at sleepandwellnesscoach.com. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you back here next week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to How Long Till Bedtime. To learn how we can work together to improve your child's sleep, please visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com.